Okay, so for part two, let me let you get to know us all a little bit better and explain a few things I do know about sun conures. And let me start by saying I do not know everything about sun conures. Do not claim to know everything about sun conures. The knowledge that I do have is from talking to different people on parrot pages on Facebook, people that own birds, the bird store that I got her from, the lady that raises the birds, from reading up on everything, watching videos. I will tell you again that they're a handful. They are very messy. They do poop everywhere, but you can potty train them. She's not fully potty trained yet. If you know anything about birds, first thing in the morning is the biggest poop that they do. We are trained to, in the morning, she goes and gets on her perch in the shower and takes her big morning poop, and that helps keep the house a little bit cleaner. So I do apologize if you ever see my house a mess. I try my hardest to keep it clean at all times. However, I was lucky enough for the first 2 years, almost 2 years of her life, that I was home with her constantly. My husband's a logger, so he's gone normally from sun up to sundown. And it was just me and her all the time. And then I just recently got a part-time job to get out of the house and do something. She's not adjusting to it very well. So it's literally 2 minutes up the road, my job is. So I'm not gone long, not gone for many days at a time, and I'm not gone far. Most time when I am gone, my husband's home by then. So she's pretty safe. My house is not so much bird proof because she chews up everything. You will learn that they like to chew up everything and anything they can get their hands on. Wood especially, plastic especially. She has several toys on her cage, in her cage. Of course, like I said, she barely ever goes in her cage, except she does sleep in her tent at night. I, however, do not put her in it. When she's ready for bed, she goes right to her bed, gets in her bed, and that's the end of it. They're supposed to have 12 hours of sleep. She, however, does not get 12 hours of sleep. We get up pretty early, 3:30 in the morning, and go to bed kind of late. She sleeps in the living room, but it's pretty quiet in our house, and when she's in bed, she goes to bed whether we're up or not. Most people cover their cages at night. I do not, however. She doesn't seem to like that very much. For all intents and purposes, she is pretty quiet. When it's bedtime, she's in bed, and you don't hear from her until we get up and moving. I do know there's a lot of people that are not blessed that way. Their bird does scream constantly because sun conures are very loud, very noisy, but very loving, very passionate birds. She's up there talking right now. She does not fully talk. She don't really say much, but she makes a lot of sounds. She knows I know her sounds. The head flying back and forth is a constant thing. If I get up and walk out of the kitchen or the living room, she is with me at all times, no matter where I'm at. She has to be with me. Same with outside. They will fly out your door. Luckily, she's free-flighted, so she flies back to me. So you got to be cautious with that. Let's see. We do have children that come visit her. My husband does, that come visit on the weekends. She used to be a very friendly, very loving bird to kids. She got way attached to me. She's not so much anymore. She doesn't really like other people. They say they will do that, especially when it's like breeding season or if she's molting. She's not very friendly to other people. She does tolerate my husband. He plays with her. She gets annoyed. But she tolerates him. She doesn't bite him. She doesn't bite me unless she's playing. She has bit the neighbors or anybody that just went up and touched her that I did not hand to her to. But for the most part, she's a good bird. She will not just fly off a cage and attack somebody. I have heard that they are known to do that. But, so, couple things you gotta watch out for. They're not supposed to have, you're not supposed to have candles lit in your house, which there is a site that you can buy bird safe candles. Not sure the name of the site. Haven't bought them yet. Not sure. They're supposed to be fed chop, which is cut up fruits and vegetables, at least once a day. Some people say some seeds are good for them. Some people say they're not. Some people say peanuts are. Some people say they're not. She is fed a lot of different kinds of nuts, mixed varieties of nuts, but salt-free, raw, natural, no roasted, no honey, no none of that. They're not supposed to have sugar. However, I think anything in moderation, well, not anything, most things in moderation won't hurt her. But again, I am not a bird expert by no means, because you have to fight with her constantly, because if you have it, she has to have it. I'll show you by what I mean. Smart water, favorite thing to drink. She was up on her perch. If you have it, she thinks she must have it. Now, however, this is just water. But she likes everything. This, Dr. Pepper, not supposed to have it. They're not supposed to have caffeine, but seems to be one of her favorite things to try to get to. I have literally, no ma'am, literally walked out of the room with this much Dr. Pepper in a glass and came back, tail completely up in the air and her head completely down in my glass, getting her a drink. They are very hyper, very loving birds. But we will get back to more of it in our next video, so stay tuned for part 3. Thank you for watching.